started. So first of all, quick setup. I have my mermaid strap pulled away. I'm gonna take my black cables off the back handlebars for some upper body work. And then I don't really think you need your red pole today, but have it handy just in case I don't know what I'm talking about. Modifications, always a smaller range of motion, so limiting your range of motion gonna make it easier. Knees down for any of the planks is a good place to be. Anything that's super intense at the back can be duplicated at the front, and vice versa. If you feel like you need more, you can always go to the back. With that said, we're gonna get started. 1 to 2 yellows, 2 will be more support. We're gonna start in a reverse plank. So at the front, toes on the front platform, facing the back of the machine. Hands are gonna be near the 2 and the 4, and then we'll extend right on out into that nice, strong, high plank. And we call it a high plank when we're up on the hands versus a low plank when you're down on your elbows. If you right away needed to modify, or you're just kind of waking up still, you could definitely come down to your knees. Take a big breath in with soft elbows and really strong in your chest. Start to bend your knees in for bear. So knees are gonna really slowly pull in right underneath the hips. Try to hold it there, hug the core, and then nice and slow start to extend back out. So you got your upper body working, yay. Abs are the focus, or your core rather is the focus. Keeping your spine nice and long and neutral as you move in. Your legs are working. Her butt is squeezing, her inner thighs are squeezing, the whole jam. Now, I hear a lot of questions about whether your feet should be touching or your feet should be hips distance. Find a place that's comfortable for your outer hips and thighs. Your feet do not have to be together, though that's how we usually cue it. Next one, extend all the way out to that nice straight arm plank. Take a second, reach the heels, lift the core, soften the elbows, engage your chest. Now move it into plank to pike. So with straight legs, hips are lifting up towards the sky. Your goal is to not change the shape of your spine. So see how Jessica's not rounding, she's not arching her back. She's trying to keep that same shape that we kept in bear, which is much easier when your spine's staying in the same position. You're trying to keep that as you lift your hips up towards the sky. A little different engagement for the arms as well. Your arms are kind of reaching up overhead. In this position, they're down below your head, but it's the same idea functionally. So push that carriage away from you. Lift your shoulders towards your hips. Heels are nice and high. Looks beautiful, Jessica. Let's keep going. We got about 20 more seconds here. Big old inhales, big old exhales. We're gonna be coming down from your knees from here. Your hands are gonna stay up unless you need to get off of your wrists. If you're bugging, you can come down to your elbows for the wheelbarrow. Last 5. Awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Knees down, hands forward, hips pressed right away forward. So quickening up these transitions a little bit to keep your heart rate up, to keep those muscles working. So you'll see she's holding now in this nice strong modified plank, shoulders right over the wrists, and then from here we start to hinge out from the shoulders to push the carriage away. Doesn't matter how far. In fact, on your first couple, keep it nice and small so that you can establish your slower tempo. She wasn't doing anything exciting, she was just changing her music. She's like, 1 arm wheelbarrow. Just kidding. So again, let's go really, really slow. Slower than 4 counts today. Let's try to make it like 8 shaky seconds out, which is, I promise, much slower than you think. Big pause out there when your arms are reaching out in front. When your arms are out in front of you, you feel your abs working, you feel those lats engaging, and your shoulders probably try to hike up to your ears at that point. So see if you can put them away. Next one, let's extend all the way out with the arms. Take it out as far as you can hold it. And just breathe here. Shoulders are depressed. Nice adjustment. Neck is really long. Your butt is squeezing. Inner thighs are squeezing. Whether your knees are together or they're a little bit further apart, activate between your inner thighs. Push it out a little bit further. 3. Awesome. 2. And 1. Slow. Full range of motion from here on out. We're going to come down off of our wrists after this exercise. We're gonna stay down on your knees as well. So it's gonna be like a little reset before we start to pump it up. In 4, elbows come down. I want you to try to stay out in this modified plank position through the transition if it's okay with your shoulders. In 2 and 1. So elbows come down, they're right below your shoulders. Your hips are forward, your abs hopefully burning a little bit. Think about your front lowest rib cage and try to lift them up into your back a little bit. And now going even slower, let's start to hinge out from the shoulders. So your elbows slide forward just like wheelbarrow. Our center of gravity is lower now. So you're gonna feel probably more through the core. Nice and slow. Add a little hold when you slide your elbows out. Feel the core lifting, feel the butt squeezing. And then pull in even slower. Challenge yourself to go a little bit slower. Get out of your autopilot, 6, 8 seconds. If you can make it 10 seconds. It's creepy slow because you're barely moving a couple inches here. This is your last 15 seconds. I got no holds, no challenges, just giving your wrists a little bit of a break. We're gonna come back up into that same high plank that we just came out of. So hands up, your toes come up, and you immediately move it into bear. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Hands up, tuck toes, extend right on out. Let's go real slow. Squeezing your core on a big exhale breath. Looks perfect, Jess. Holding when your knees are bent for a second, tucking those abs in, and then sliding out even slower. For me, bending the knees is like the obvious work. On the way out, I tend to speed it up a little bit, but I think going out, keeping that tailbone reaching back towards the front platform is the hardest part. Big inhales, big exhales. If you feel like you need a push-up and it's not gonna take you out of your form, maybe adding in a push-up. Another thing I like to do occasionally is saw the shoulders forward like a big old flying wheelbarrow. Maybe you add in a cobra. That's pretty crazy, up here on the toes. We're gonna keep rolling through. Last one here at the front. We're gonna make our way up to the back from here for one final core exercise. And then we'll be quickly moving into the legs to get that heart rate up and to give your shoulders and upper body a break. You've got about 15 to go. Again, big inhales, big exhales. Good fight, Jessica. Excuse me. 10 seconds. We're gonna be at the back platform. We're gonna move straight into our kneeling crunch. So your elbows on the back platform, knees hook up against the strap. If you want it to be harder, 2 yellows. In 3, 2, 1. Good job. So all the way up to the back, nice smooth transition. Elbows pack shoulder distance onto that back platform. Your knees hook up to the strap. If you wanted it to be harder, slide your knees back further. That'll make it harder. If you want it to be a little easier, put your knees in front of the strap or scoot your elbows closer to the carriage on the back platform. So scooching them backwards a little bit. Notice shoulders stay right over the elbows. As you lift and tuck, you're changing the shape of your spine for the first time. This is what we call spinal flexion. So you're flexing your spine rather than the last couple minutes of class where we were always trying to stay in that neutral shape. This is flexion in your spine. So on the way out, you're resisting the tension. Like bear, it's a little bit harder for me on the way out. So see if you can go a little bit slower. On your next one, let your knees slide all the way out to that modified plank. Hold it there, pack your shoulders away, take a big old inhale, and then as you exhale, pull about halfway in for 4, real slow, 3, yes, 2, hold it right here, lengthen out that neck, pack your lats away, and then little squeeze up and in, little resist out. You've totally got it. Little squeeze up and in, a little resist out. Hug those front ribs up into your back. Little squeeze up and in, you're almost there, I know. Little resist out, 3, 2 to get back to your full range. This is where we finish it out. We're gonna carefully step off the back. You'll be facing towards the front. We're gonna start it out on our left leg today with 5th lunge. In 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So carefully step off over the back platform. Let the carriage go. Turn to face the front. Left foot will step out onto your carriage. So turn it all the way around. Left foot forward onto that first red line. So you'll see Jessica adds a little bicep curl to get the carriage in. You'll see her right heel lifts all the way up before she does anything else. Body weight is shifted forward into the front leg. And then we're gonna bend into your left knee to come down into the lunge. Keeping this knee to ankle alignment, perfect. You'll see Jessica has a little lean forward, which I like, helps keep the low back a little longer. Also helps keep the work out of that back thigh. So right heel, your back leg is lifted high. Maybe a soft bend in your right knee if you feel the front of the right hip pulling. Your right butt cheek is squeezing, your right inner thigh is squeezing to help keep your hips squared forward towards the front of your machine. Lot of action in the core on these balancing exercises, especially when we're pulling against the springs. Notice how when she extends her arms to get down low into that lunge, her arms kind of have to extend out behind her. Drilling into your left heel, you're rising up. How slow can we go? This is a difficult one to maintain the slow speed. Next one, let's come all the way down to the bottom, and we'll hold it down here. Drop your tailbone a little bit, squeeze those inner thighs. Now you're gonna bend your back knee a little bit. I want you to come about 1 inch down so the carriage doesn't move, and then 1 inch up. You're lighting your left butt on fire. 1 inch down, stay strong, push into that left heel, 1 inch up. Awesome. Now come 1 inch down, hold it, keep that front knee right over the ankle, and then slowly bend your right knee for the moonwalk. Pull yourself backwards, hold, listen. Come 1 inch down, carriage doesn't move. Exactly. 1 inch up, slide the carriage forward, stay low in this left leg, come on down. Hold it, and let's do it again. Bend that right knee in, hold, tuck your abs, 1 inch down, so strong. Come 1 inch up, stay low. Slide it out, we got one more just like that, I know. Slide it out, big old inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee, pull in, we hold here. 1 inch down, 1 inch up. Your biceps, your abs, your inner thighs, your left heel is heavy. Stay with it. Can you get a little bit lower for just 4? Awesome. 3, 2, all the way down, slide it all the way out. Can you sink it a little bit lower? Big full range of motion now. Awesome. We're coming all the way up. We're coming all the way back down. You have about 15 seconds. Open up your collarbones, squeeze the ribs towards your back, hug those lats down, and push yourself to get a little bit lower. Push yourself to relax those cables a little bit. We're coming to the front. We're gonna set up spider lunge on the left side still, so about 1 red, 2 or 3 yellows in 3, 2, 1. Good job. So carefully making your way down. Ditch your cables as you make your way to the front. 1 red, 2 or 3 yellows. Your left foot near the 7. Your right foot is against the strap or down in the eyelet if your hips are okay with that. Make sure you're careful of the pole if it's in front of you. Make sure if you look down real quick, everybody, make sure your left toes point straight ahead. Your hips are squared forward. You'll see her right foot, her right knee is turned out to the side. And our goal is to get down low in this left leg. So sinking the hips back and down, bend into that left knee a little bit more. Yes, perfect. Your primary anchor point, there's 3 of them in this one, but your primary is drilling into your left heel. I promise that's probably something you're gonna need to adjust and keep pushing in every couple seconds. Second anchor is your right heel. You should be squeezing your right butt to drill that right leg out. See if you can keep that right butt squeezing as you resist the spring ride in. Third anchor is gonna be your upper body. You're pushing into those bars to set your hips back and down. Awesome, 10 seconds. Sit a little bit lower if you can. Keep squeezing that right glute. Next one, I want you to bring your right knee in so it's kind of in line with your right hip and hold it there. Now come down a little bit lower into your left leg, lift your chest, push your left heel down, and move really slow now. Come about 2 to 3 inches lower in your left leg, so your hips are getting pretty close to the carriage. Also what's happening is your right hip is stretching more, and then come just 1 inch up. And then 1 to 2 to 3 inches down, low as you can get. Abs are tight, neck is long, your breath is deep. And then just about 1 inch up. Make sure that left knee isn't creeping forward. Let's do it one more time. Come down as low as you can this time. See if you can get your hips to shake a little bit. Push that left heel, breathe real deep, slide your right leg back to full range. We finish in full range. There are no more holds, no more challenges. Big inhales and big exhales. See if you can sit into it a little bit lower. Push outwards on your left knees. Feel that outer left butt cheek working. Yup, fight for it. Sit in it a little bit lower. We're almost there. We're gonna be standing up, facing to your right side from where you are now. Your left foot on the front platform, your right foot on the carriage. we're gonna move right into skater. So if you need to adjust your spring load, you will. This is your last 10 seconds here, so try to make it count, sit in a little lower, engage through your chest, push those bars away from you. 7 seconds till skater. Again, adjusting spring load, making that transition fast in 3, 2, 1. Good job. So 1 red anywhere on up on the yellows from there. Your feet are inside the straps. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter just because you don't have that front strap. And then you're gonna sit down into your squat. Get into your squat first. Don't start to push that carriage out until you feel your hips in your squat. Sit back into your heels, brace through your core, and now really slow, start to push that right leg out to the right. Good. Left leg is totally still. Push your left knee a little bit left, Jess. Yeah, beautiful adjustment. Holding it out with the right leg, not locking the knee on the right side. Feel the work in your thighs, not in your joints. And then resist the tension as you come in. Pause briefly when both knees are bent. Feel your squat again. Feel your core again. The slower you go, I promise the more effective it is, the more you're gonna get out of it, the quicker you're going to advance. But honestly, the more calories you're gonna burn. Slow it down. Feel what you're doing. No holds, no challenges in this one, and that's part of the challenge, just staying in that full range of motion. You're already halfway there. So right now you're working abductors, your outer thighs, right? Your outer glutes, your gluteus medius, a whole lot of obliques as we push laterally. Where we're trying not to feel this, where a lot of us do feel this, is primarily the quads. So you're working to build strength to get yourself lower and lower into this squat position so that we activate the booty a little bit more. Keep drilling down into your heels. You've got about 30 seconds left now. Easy transition coming. We're gonna come right into mega donkey kicks from here. So all you gotta do is turn to your right, carefully come down to your hands and your knees, and we'll start moving that left leg again finally. If you've recognized you've had 2 isometric holds back to back, this is it right here, 10 seconds. Come down into it a little bit lower, relax your jaw. Maybe you even reach your arms forward. Mega donkey in 4, awesome. 3, 2, and 1, good job. So come down to your hands and your knees. Find the bar on your left side and put your left heel onto that bar, like the middle of your heel. Your toes are pointed out to the side. Ideally, your foot's kind of lined up on that bar. You want to keep your hips squared to the carriage though. So if you put your foot up on the bar and you turn your foot out to the side and your whole hip opens up, it just means your inner thighs, your hips are a little tight this morning. So maybe you aim your toes a little bit more downwards. That's all good. Get a softness in your elbows. Kind of feels like bear in the upper body. Only difference really is going to be the springs are heavy. So now you got to activate to hold your shoulders a little bit more stable. Chin is towards the throat. You can see Jessica's spine nice and long here. The core is working hard, like I said, like bear, but you're on your hands and knees. Your knee is down there, supporting you. Next one, I want you to push it out to your heaviest point without locking the knee. Hold it. And then bend your left knee all the way back in. So your knee is good tempo, all the way in line with your hip. Now hold it here. Squeeze your core up real tight. Don't move the carriage. All I want you to do at first is squeeze your left butt cheek in your pants. Yeah, just flex your butt. And then release it. And then flex your butt. Yep, and then release it. Now, I want you to flex your butt and push out 1 inch. Come in 1 inch. Flex your butt. Push out 1 inch. Come in 1 inch. Flex your butt. Push out 1 inch. Strong arms, strong chest, strong abs. Come in 1 inch. Hold it here. Try to turn your knee more out to the side. Try to push more into the heel. Go all the way. Full range of motion. This looks so good, Jessica. You have 20 seconds here. No other holds, no other challenges. If you wanted to pick up your right knee, I would say that's very fancy. Last 12 seconds, we're gonna grab our red cables. You're gonna add on another red. We're gonna move into our super lunge. Last 5, 4, last one for the left leg. 3, 2, and 1, good job. So add on a red, grab those black cables, step your left foot forward, tuck your right toes back. Last one, left leg. It's a big one. Heart rate's gonna come up, rising slowly. and then coming all the way back down. For these first 60 seconds or so, I want you to focus on getting down really low. I want you to emphasize going slower on the way up than you do on the way down. Ribs are hugging in. How do you make it easier on yourself? You could always lean a little bit forward. Good, coming down really low into the sticky at the bottom, squeezing your left butt and your right butt to rise up. Working the back muscles as well, working your balance as well. This is a difficult exercise, but super lunge, did you get it? Super effective. Lots going on. If you just did super lunge on both legs for the day, you got your body moving. It's good stuff. Next one, start to come all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna hold it down here. Now, first thing I want you to do, pull your arms all the way back, real tight. Squeeze the abs in, squeeze your armpits down. Come 1 to 2 inches down and hold it there. Now again, squeeze your elbows back, hug the core in, lunge your left knee forward a little bit, and then come down a little bit lower again. And then again, do it again. Pull those arms in, squeeze your abs tighter, tuck your tail, feel your abs battling. Come down a little bit lower. Let's do it again, almost there. Pull them back all the way, squeeze your armpits down, tuck your abs, breathe. 1 to 2 inches down, hang on to it, you're almost there. Do it again. Pull those elbows back, shrug the shoulders, 1 to 2 inches down. Now, relax your jaw a little bit. Here we go. I want little squeezes down, down, burning that booty out. Let's make it a little bit smaller, but yeah, down, down, 8, down. You've got it. Good fight, Jessica. Down, abs so tight, down. You're breathing, right? 4, 3, 2, sink low, 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 tap it, and rise back to full range of motion. Jessica over here making it look real easy, all the way down, all the way up. This is where we finish out this leg. We're gonna move into our arms from here. So I like to go into arms after super lunge because we're working our arms right now. It's good stuff. Big old inhales, big old exhales. Now I'm keeping you in this full range of motion a little bit longer after the challenge for fun. All the way down, all the way up, get it working, breathe real deep. Get those big pulls from your back muscles and feel how your core has to battle against it. Good, you've got about 10 more seconds. We're gonna be sitting down on our butt. You're gonna have both cables in your hands for a tailbone bicep curl. This isn't the balancing one. Your feet will stay down because your springs will be a little heavier. Most likely you're gonna take off a red spring, so about 1 red, maybe 1 or 2 yellows on top of it, seated bicep curl. In 3, keep your cables. 2 and 1, all the way down. Probably take off a red, maybe you can take off yellows, it's up to you. Booty on the 6, feet are out by the 11. It could be your heels down, it could be your toes down, doesn't matter, but your feet will stay down. It's not a balancing exercise. You'll see Jessica's leaning back and we've got that nice long neutral spine. So like bear, like wheelbarrow, keeping that nice braced stacked spine, neutral all the way through. As your biceps curl, it gets a little heavier, awesome. You'll see Jessica has her elbows lifted up to the height of her shoulders, so she's stabilizing the shoulders. If this got to be too heavy, I would just have her grab her longer straps at this point so that she can keep those elbows lifted. Now I want you to focus on going all the way to straight arms now. And then how slow can you go to, yeah, real slow, oh, slower. Oh, look at those guns though, holding it there, flexing her guns, showing me her guns, and then packing her shoulders away because she knows she's gonna go all the way out to straight again, all the way out, all the way out. Oh, look at that tempo, Jess. All the way to straight, all the way to straight. Look at those guns though, I'm just saying. And then squeezing, pulling from the armpits, squeezing those biceps, squeezing it all the way in, and then flexing there, showing me your guns. And then going all the way out to straight again. It feels delightful. I'm gonna tell you, no holds, no challenges. I want you to stay in this big, all the way to your extension, getting that bicep muscle to stretch, and then shortening it, contracting it all the way up. We're gonna change our body position. We're gonna change our springs a little bit, unless you like it on a red. We're going sexy back in 4. Awesome fight, Jess. 3, 2, 1. So on your knees, keep your cables. 3 to 4 yellows for most of you. Some days I like it on 2 yellows. You could definitely stay on the red spring if you're feeling extra strong in your shoulders. Knees scoot back near the 6. Drop your butt back towards your heels. Lean your chest forward. Lift your elbows. Sexy back. So big, full, straight range of motion. I hear a lot, perfect spine, Jess. Neutral spine again. We're still in the bear spine. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. One thing I hear cued a lot in classes that I take is elbows lifted up as high as you can. Yes, that is a great goal, 100%, but it has more to do with the strength of your shoulders and even the flexibility through the front of the chest and the deltoids. For me, if I lift my elbows up really high, I start to feel it in my traps, my shoulders start to roll forward, and I've lost my good form. So it's degrees of lifting your elbows. We're building strength, we're creating better posture here. See if you can start to go a little bit slower now. And then on the next one, let's extend our arms all the way back. And we're just gonna hold it with nice straight arms. Squeeze your core in a little tighter. Do what you can to lengthen and adjust through your neck. Reach those hands towards the floor or towards your front platform. Hold it. Hold it. Squeeze the shoulder blades down your back. Hold it. Yeah, Jessica. 3. Hold it up a little higher if you can. 2. And we're back to full range. This is the hard part. Going back to full range after you did that hold. Just 10 more seconds. We're gonna come up, we're gonna upright the body and come into chest opener. Again, I'm okay if you scoot forward or adjust your springs down a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Upright your torso, stand up tall on your knees so you get that full core engagement. Make sure you drop your tailbone down, supporting the lower back. Hands start right next to your hips. And first thing, before you move your hands anywhere, you gotta move your shoulder blades. So squeeze your shoulder blades, your rhomboids, push back. You gotta get the front of your shoulder to open. So if you are pushing your hands back and your shoulders rounding forward, I'm gonna say go lighter or activate the movement a little bit more. Great posture exercise. I literally want you to do this every single day with or without a full video. It's the best thing you can do, especially if you are having neck pain, working at a desk, texting a lot, carrying your children, driving, whatever it is, this is your bestie. So we spend a lot of time in here in plank holds, in the core work. This is the exact opposite, right? We're strengthening the entire back body. Yes, your front body is still engaged. Let's push it back on the next one. Your last little hold here, push it back, hold it back, squeeze it tight, reach your fingers down, hug those ribs in, and then real strong, give me little squeezes back with your breath, abs tight, little squeezes back, yeah. Little squeezes back, you should be at your edge. Soften your face, soften your jaw, squeeze it back, really push it now. Squeeze it back, 5, squeeze it back, 3, 2, and you're back to full range. You only have about 15. We're gonna ditch these cables. We're gonna ditch some springs after this. Your hands on the back platform. In 4, giant reverse wheelbarrow. In 2, and 1. Good job. So ditch your cables, 1 yellow spring, hands are on the back, wheelbarrow. So we did this exercise at the front earlier. You could do it at the front again if you need to. You could always come down to your forearms if you like, but honestly, I'd rather you go to the front if you need to modify, so we feel those triceps a little bit more. From here at the back versus what we were doing at the front, you are hinging from the shoulders still, but you're resisting as you slide backwards. When we were at the front, we were pushing the carriage forwards. Now it's a pulling exercise a little bit more obviously. Slow as you can go, Jess, only 20 more seconds here. If you can, you guys, I have no hold, no challenge. If you can increase your range of motion a little bit, if you can kick your own butt a little bit, and there's no pressure in your spine, of course, try. If you do feel any pressure in your spine, make sure you lift your hips up a little bit higher. 6 seconds, we're gonna take it right into tricep push-ups. So if your hands are wide like Jessica's, you're gonna bring them in a little bit narrower so that you can get your elbows right by your ribs. In 3, 2, 1. So bring it in, move the hands so they're right underneath the shoulders. Before you bend your elbows, drive your shoulders forward so you're leaning over your fingertips. And then begin to bend the elbows, nice. Coming all the way down. and all the way up. All the way down is relative to your body on any given day. So easiest way to modify, make the movement smaller. Make sure your core is lifting as you come down. I would say the abs are the hardest part of push-ups. The other hardest part, which Jessica's doing awesome, is the shoulder blade action. You are protracting and retracting your shoulder blades at the same time. So it's like right there in the middle of the sweet spot, opposite actions. You don't want your shoulder blades hiking up, and you don't want them to concave either. So it's a difficult thing to do. Last 6, you're gonna ditch the carriage, you're gonna face the front, tricep dips in 3, 2, 1. Triceps, no problem. So sitting on the back platform, facing the front, feet on the floor, easiest way about it. Bent knees, easiest way about it. Straighter legs, harder. Also, you can put your feet up on the carriage, doesn't matter to me. As you come down, you're trying to keep your butt straight down. Elbows are hugging towards each other behind you. So it has to do with tight shoulders. My hands are really cold, sorry. Tight shoulder, yeah, that looks awesome. So imagine I'm behind you, guiding your elbows. As you bend your elbows, you want them squeezing closer together. As you do that, if your shoulder rolls forward, don't go that low. You want those shoulders back. You want your chin pushing to your throat, your neck in line all the way. Next one, let's come down low as you can get with your elbows close and your shoulders depressed. And then give me little tiny squeezes here. See if you can isolate through the triceps. I find a lot of the time when I go into pulses in my triceps, I'm like, wrists, I don't really feel that much. Try to isolate. So if you need to move slower, move it slower. 3, 2, here we go, full range on 1, all the way up, all the way back down. No problem. We're gonna grab those red cables. Right leg is coming. It's 5th lunge in 5, 4, awesome, Jess. 3, 2, 1. Crawl on over your back platform, facing towards the front. Pick up your reds. Gonna bicep curl once you're standing up there. Bicep curl to pull it in. Carefully step your right heel out. Back heel lifts all the way up before you start to lunge down. Bending down into the right knee. Perfect. Core is real tight. And then we're driving into that right heel to rise. Your biceps are assisting here. Neck is super long. Inner thighs are squeezing, and we're going as slow as we possibly can. I didn't mention it on the other side, but if you needed to do this exercise at the front to make it a little easier, not super comfortable with the balance at the back, I get it. You could always do it at the front. You would be facing the back, so with your right foot out on the carriage. That's escalator lunge. Next one, start to make your way all the way down to the bottom, and we're gonna hold it down there. Feet on down, nice and low. Take a second, squeeze your core, push your right heel. Now try not to move the carriage. So you will have to bend your left knee a little bit, about 1 to 2 inches down in your right leg. So carriage isn't moving, keep it out a little bit further. There you go. So you're just pulsing up and down in your right leg right now. But I don't want the carriage to move. And I want you to try to get really low. Feels good. Awesome. Next one, you're all the way down, hold it low, and start to bend your left knee in. Sink down a little bit lower, and then come 1 inch down, come 1 inch up, and then slide it all the way back out to a straight left leg. Stay low in the right leg. Moonwalk, bend the left knee, curl your biceps, hold it, nice Jessica. 1 inch down, awesome. 1 inch up. Slide it out real slow, real slow, real strong. Squeeze those inner thighs. Bend your left knee in. Last time like this. Posture through the shoulders a little bit. 1 inch down. Good. 1 inch up. This is where we burn it out. 1 inch down. Yeah, look at that depth. 1 inch up. Come 1 inch down. Come as low as you can. In fact, hold it. Slide it all the way out, all the way out. Sink in a little bit lower. Hold it. And rise up. You're back to full range. Your last 20 seconds or so. The fun part or difficult part is that we move into an isometric hold from here. So we're going to be transitioning to the front, about 10 seconds. You're going to change your springs. At least a red, 1, 2, 3 yellows on top of it for spider lunge right leg. In 3, 2, 1. Good job, Jessica. So step back, carefully ditch your springs, make your way to the front. You're standing on the right side. 1 red, some yellows. It's up to you. I like about 1 red and 3 yellows myself. Right foot by the 5, left foot over to the other side of the carriage, either against the strap or down in the eyelet. Just make sure your foot is not restricted by the strap. So deep bend in the right knee. Jessica's knee is over her ankle. Let's talk about those anchors again quickly. So your right heel is your number 1, your primary anchor, and probably the most difficult to maintain, right? Pushing into that right heel, the weight wants to creep forward into your toes. You're trying to bend lower into that right knee. Untuck your tail a little bit. Yeah, really good adjustment. Second anchor is going to be through the left heel. So you're driving back with the left heel. That's your only movement here. You're squeezing your left butt to push back, and you're resisting on the way in. You'll see the third anchor is her upper body. Next one, push the left leg all the way back to the heavy, and then feel your booty working back there. Bend your left knee all the way in now so it's in line with your hip. Good. Push your right heel down. Keep your chest lifted. Come 1 to 2 inches down. Hold it. Push that right heel real heavy and just about 1 inch up. And then 1 to 2 to 3 inches down in your right leg. Your butt's getting closer to that carriage. And then 1 inch up or so. 1 to 2 inches down, hold it nice and tight, push that right heel, pack your shoulders away, push your left leg back to full range. You're going all the way out and then resisting all the way in. This is where we finish it off. We've got to hold it low now after that challenge. Re-push into your right heel, you guys. Melt your shoulders down. See if you can go even slower. Push yourself to get in there a little bit lower, which is hard, almost there. See if you can slow it down one more time. Now remember, the bigger challenge is coming up. We're gonna move right into your skater. So Jessica's gonna face away from you. You're gonna face to your left as we move into an abductor outer thigh exercise. So getting out of these lunges for a beat. Last 10 seconds. You'll be facing the left, right foot on the front platform, option to adjust your spring load if you need. In 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in. I'm taking 1 down on Jessica just because she doesn't have a strap on the front platform, and I feel like it turns it more into an ankle sort of fear factor situation. Quickly as you can, bend your knees, sit down low into your squat. I hold this squat, I'm not even joking, for a good 5-10 seconds, not to like kick my butt, but to make sure I'm connected to the position. Feel it, weight in your heels. Knees are pointed slightly out, toes pointed slightly out, so you can get those outer butt cheek pockets to work. Obliques, I talk about your side core a lot in these lateral exercises. I also talked about it in your spider lunge as well. But as you push sideways, feel the sides of the waist hugging in towards your spine. No holds, no challenges in this exercise. I'm gonna say, try to go a little bit slower so you connect the movement more. So as you're pushing out with that outer left thigh, feel your butt working, feel your right butt having to stabilize. Hold it out to your heaviest for a second. Try to get lower when you're out there. Try to push into your heels. And then bring that left leg back in. Do the same thing when you're back towards a squat position. You're more than halfway through already. We're gonna come into a big dynamic movement after this. Your right heel, or your right leg rather, will get to move after this. See what you can do about getting lower again. Check your neck, check your spine, check your shoulders back. Push those heels down again. I say it a lot, just like in spider lunge. You need to keep connecting into your heels. That's where you're gonna get that good booty activation. Awesome, about 20 seconds out here. Good depth, Jessica, perfect spine. Let's open up that breathing a little bit, right? If you're getting to the point where you're like frustrated, like how much longer, what is this? Use your breath, use your tools. How do you get stronger? You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to push past. We're gonna be transitioning into mega donkey kicks from here. So easy transition. I wanna see if you can take less than 3 seconds to get into it. As always, adjust your springs up, adjust your springs down. You want the red, but the yellows could be more or less. Your hands will be out by the springs. This is 10, I know. So fun. Get in there a little bit lower. Maybe you reach your arms forward, challenging that balance, challenging your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So bringing it in, right heel on the bar, shoulders level, square. Left knee right underneath the left hip. Right heel is on the bar. Your toes are turned out to the right, probably lined up on the bar, and some of us will have to turn our toes a little bit more downwards. Some of us can probably turn them out a little bit more as well. So you're looking for the hip bones to be pointed straight down. Beautiful. Elbows are soft. And one big thing that's moving or working really hard here is your left leg, your left butt. Left booty is squeezing, left inner thigh is squeezing. You'll see she keeps that hip right over the knee. Breathing in and breathing out. Pull, think about this. When we're in this kind of position, and we've done all those planks already, we've done this exercise before, think about pulling your heart forward through your shoulders to lengthen through your thoracic spine, your upper spine, where your rib cage lives. Next one, start to push it out. Jessica's already there, I like it. Hold it so you feel your butt working, and then bend your right knee all the way in so it's in line with your hip. Now hold it here. A lot of the times when I hold here, I feel this mostly in my thigh instead of my butt. So I want you to not move the carriage, but squeeze your butt cheek in your pants. Feel your butt like lift up. And then release it, and then squeeze it again. Flex your butt cheek. Do it one more time. Release it, squeeze it again. Now push out 1 inch. Come in 1 inch. Squeeze your butt cheek in your pants first, so action first. Push out 1 inch. We're almost there. Come in 1 inch. Again, flex your butt cheek. Do the work. Make your body work for you. Push it out 1 inch. Last time. Come in 1 inch. Hold it here and just squeeze your butt as much as you can for 3. Here we go. In 2, full range. All the way out, all the way in. No other holds, no other challenges. Difficult, right? Working in the deficit of our muscles when your knee is bent a lot, firing up that booty. So doing little things, I say action before movement all the time. It's so important to try to activate the muscles you want to work. 7 seconds, we add on a red, we grab our black cables, super lunge. In 3, 2, 1. Good job. So add on a red, grab your blacks, pop that right foot up, step your left toes back. Last one for the legs, and we'll quickly move into the obliques to finish it out. We're almost there, to be honest. Like that's your left leg. I was like, that should not feel delightful.
That one feels tired.
That one feels like no super lunge, please. Your legs should tell you. If they've already done it, if you pick the wrong leg, your legs should be like, not gonna do this anymore. So get this big full range of motion going. I want you to come down really low. Probably more difficult on your right side, probably more difficult on the second side. So low and slow. If it is not shaking yet, you try to get it to. You go slower, push yourself to hold it down there at the bottom. Longer. It's difficult. Breathe. Melt the shoulders. It's a constant adjustment through the spine. Jessica's looking good. You could always lean a little bit more forward if you have trouble activating the right booty. 10 seconds. Start to make your way all the way down to the bottom. Hold it down there nice and low. Once you're there, pull your arms all the way in now. Feel those shoulder blades pull together. It feels so good. Lean a little forward. Awesome. Now here's the fun. Squeeze those blades back. Come 1 to 2 to 3 inches down. Get real low. And then when you're there, squeeze those elbows back again. Pull your abs in so tight. This is the hard part, you guys. 2 to 3 inches down. Burn it out. And again, pull your elbows back. We're just staying low. We're just holding in this fire. 1 to 2 inches down. Push that right heel. Kick the heel down. Again, pull your arms back. Pull the front ribs in. Melt your shoulders. Take a big breath. Come down again. 1 to 2 inches. We're almost there, I swear. Last time like that, pull your elbows in so tight. Melt your shoulders. Push your right heel. Come down 2 to 3 to 4 inches. Hold it. Take a breath. Little squeeze down. Down, little squeeze down. Abs are tight. You're breathing. Perfect form. Jessica, 8. Making it look easy for 5. Lower, lower. 4. 3, we're gonna tap it knee before we rise. In 2, all the way down. Slow, 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 slow. How slow can you go on the way up? Real slow. Oh yes, real slow, real slow. All the way up, all the way back down. We finish it out in full range of motion. But if you recall, I'm gonna give you some time. Give you some time to be here in this full range of motion. About 30 seconds left. We're gonna move into our obliques from here. We got a short set today. The obliques will be back to back, and then we'll be done. If you need to modify as we move into French twist at the back, remember that you can take teaser at the front. But I'm gonna give you a little secret to help your mind into French twist. As soon as we're out of French twist, you can sit on your butt. So maybe that'll help you choose where you go. Teaser at the front is great. If you're going for teaser, 1 to 2 yellows. We're gonna go right into the left side of the waist. At the back, make sure you've got 1 yellow. French twist in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. 1 yellow spring up to the back for French twist. Left foot crosses your right. If you're at the front, you could be on 2 yellows. Your left foot still crosses your right. Your feet are pointed to your right side as we activate that left side waist. Lean forward into your arms. Activate the chest, the back, the shoulders. And then start to let your legs drag out behind you. And I mean it, drag. Try to go slower on the way out. Feel that resistance phase as you kind of reverse out of the pike. Pause out there for a second or 2. Activate your chest before you start to pike back up. Really, really slow. Yeah. Next one, slide your legs out behind you. Doesn't matter how far, they don't have to drop all the way. Straighten your left leg a little bit, and then try to move really slow. 1 inch up, hold it there, feel it. Go 1 inch out. 1 inch up, lift the back of the head just a little bit. 1 inch out. Good. 1 inch in, stay with it, almost there. 1 inch out, 3, 2, full range, all the way up, all the way back out. This is 15 seconds, Jess. And remember, I promised you don't need to use your arms after this one. In 10, you're gonna be sitting on your right hip, facing towards your left for mermaid. We're gonna add a twist in right from the jump. If twist doesn't work for you, leave it out. 3, 2, 1, good job. So right hip comes down, left foot to the strap, facing your left side. Tuck your right foot if you like, set your right knee in front of you, however you like. Arms, again, wherever you like. Nice strong spine, lean down, hold at the bottom first. Feel the hold, and then begin to rotate to your right, rotating around the rib cage. Then slowly and fully untwist. Make sure you turn all the way left first. Left shoulder opens back, untwisting, 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 untwisting. Lengthen it out a little bit, and then slowly lift back up. Awesome. Let's unkink spine a little bit. There you go, good. Leaning down, slow, slow. Hold it. Rotate if and when you can. Untwist, turn all the way back to left, let that left shoulder open. Beautiful, Jessica. And then lift. Awesome. So each movement is its own. Next one, coming down, hold it. Rotate to your right. Neck stays nice and long. This time, untwist, let that left shoulder open up. Maybe the left arm goes to the sky, super slow. About 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Neck stays long, unkink the sides of the neck, 1 inch down. 1 inch up. Good, hold it on the down. Let's go back to full range. So add your twist in if you can. Untwist, and then lift back up. This is your last 15 seconds. So take in what you need here. Check on those shoulders. Breathe some softness through the front of the shoulders. Super crunch in 5. Grabbing the carriage, pulling it in 3, 2, 1. Good job. So grabbing your carriage, 2 yellows would be harder. If you need to ditch the carriage, you can use the strap on the floor. So big full range of motion. We're leaning all the way back. Your legs are extending all the way out. Your heart stays lifting up through your shoulders. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, lift, squeeze your butt, squeeze your inner thighs. Make this a full body effort. Nice and slow. About 10 seconds. We're gonna add in a nice little challenge for the obliques, and then we'll finish it out in full range. Full disclosure, you've got like 3 exercises to go, I'm just saying. Next one, start to lean it back as far as you can. Take a second, make sure you don't feel like all concaving into your chest, so lift your heart, lengthen out your neck, straighten your legs a little bit more, bring your arms towards your chest, and then really slowly, without moving your legs, we're gonna add that twist and punch. So really try not to mess around with your shoulders here. Make sure your arms are strong and you're getting that rotation more through your spine and less through crossing your arm over your body, right? Your spine is rotating and your arm is just punching straight out of its socket. So the arms don't twist. It's not this. It's a twist from your torso and then back to center. See if you can lean back on this. Oh, yeah. Oh yes, spicy. Chin stays lifted so you can breathe, obviously. 8, 7, 6, make sure you even it out, get to both sides. 3, 2, back to center, hold it. Can you lean back a little bit further? And now full range. Lift your heart as you come up. Take it right back out. 10 seconds. We're gonna move into mermaid on your right side. So your right foot comes to the strap on the floor in 3, 2, 1. Good job. Ditch your carriage, turn on your hips, left hip is down, right foot to the strap. And then immediately we're gonna add in the rotation. We try, right? So coming down, pause, rotate to your left, shoulder blades are squeezing, and you see she's holding it there. We're gonna untwist. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
Hold and then lift. We've got an audience, just kidding. Come down back to center, and then add your twist in again. Squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit. Awesome. Untwist, let that right shoulder open all the way up. Lengthen out the right side of the neck a little bit. Yes. And then lifting up. Almost there. Second to last, or third to last, I should say. Good. Next one. Twist out of it. Hold it. Maybe your right arm goes to the sky, maybe not. Slowly 1 inch up and 1 inch down. 1 inch up, roll that right shoulder back just a little bit. Beautiful. 1 inch down. We're almost there. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Hold it, whatever you like with your arms. Come back into the twist. Turn down first. Burn so good. Slowly, slowly untwist. Feel it. Relax that right hip and then lift up. Now you can leave out the twist. You can keep it going. You got about 10 more seconds here. We're gonna lift up into French twist from here. So right foot crosses your left this time. If you needed to take it to the front, you could go back to teaser. No big deal. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Easy transition, hands up, right foot crosses left. Your toes are pointed to the left, whether you're at the front or the back. Lean your body weight forward into your arms. Get your arms real strong. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your inner thighs. Legs are gonna start to slide out. We pause there, and what do? Every time my legs slide out, I have to re-engage my chest, my shoulders, and then I get that strong lift through the right side waist. Try to resist a little slower on the way out. Feel that resistance phase, and then again, lifting up. Neck is so long, your arms are getting tired. We're here at the end. They've done all the work they needed already. Good. Next one, start to slide it out, hold it. Get real strong in your arms. Your form is on point right now, Jess. Relax your jaw, everybody. Lengthen out your neck. Come 1 slow inch up. Feel it there. Squeeze it tighter there. 1 inch down. Almost there. 1 inch up. Hold it, squeeze it tighter. Strong chest, strong shoulders. 1 inch down. Good. 1 inch up. Here we go. Full range of motion. This is where you finish it out. Your hands are gonna be on the back platform. You have 10 more seconds. Or you could bring your hands down to the floor for mega, or you could take it up to the front if you need to. We're coming into plank to pike in 3, 2, and 1. So hands down, plank to pike. Slow, steady. Heels are lifting, piking it up to the sky. We're resisting it all the way down. Under 60 now. Slow, steady. Heels so high, making it look real easy. Jessica, again, at the front would be easier. This is where we finish. If you're on your knees, take it up to the front. Add on another yellow. And again, you can always do 1 on your knees, 1 on your toes, or 2 and 2, whatever you got. Next one, let's bring it all the way up, high as you can hold it. It's just a hold. Shoulders lift away from your ears towards your hips. Heels lift away from your toes towards your hips. Navel lifts up towards the spine. This looks so strong, Jessica. 4, 3, we finish it out in full range in 2, and 1. All the way down, all the way back up. We're under 20 seconds now. Big inhales, big exhales, your shoulders are talking to you. Let them talk. Push out of that comfort zone. Last 10. 9, 8, she's making it look easy. I feel like we should stay longer, Jess. 5, just kidding. 4, 3, child's pose in 2, and 1. Ooh. Good job, everybody. Take a little stretch, take a child's pose, stretch your hamstrings, maybe a pigeon stretch. As always,